Hey guys, welcome to Plan in Order. Today is another Organize With Me video. This time I wanted to share with you the source that I use, or the tool that I use to feed into my planner companion. And so I shared with you how I use my planner companion alongside with my planner to plan for my homeschool week. Now this is where the resources that I collect are stored, and then as we use them, they either go into my planner companion if it's a teacher material, or they go into these weekly files if it's a student resource. And so basically the same setup by subject as my planner companion. I have the subjects in here, and these are things that I collect over time. Some of these resources I've had forever, and I keep thinking that I will use them, and I might, because when I first started homeschooling, what I did was I collected a lot of things that were either above my daughter's grade level, or they were things like Gather Round, where they can be used throughout multiple grade levels. And so because of that, I've held on to them, knowing that there's still pieces of the curriculum that could be used, you know, throughout her whole education. And so that's what a lot of this stuff is. So for example, if we're covering something in social studies and I have stuff in here that I would want to supplement, and so bear with me, I'm trying to film with one hand. And I'm not even good at filming with no hands. So practice makes perfect though, right? Okay, so for example, we got these. Where did we get these from? I can't remember where we got these from. Homeschool of One. We got these from Homeschool of One. But if we were going to go somewhere and I knew that we were going to be coming across any of these landmarks, these are all landmarks, then, or we're going to be like going over, I think we're going over Ellis Island this year, to be honest with you. So I would pull this, and then I would add this to whatever week we're going to be covering Ellis Island. I would add this to that week, since this is a handout she would be getting. And if there's nothing for me as the teacher to go along with it, usually I'll write something up and put it in my planner companion, just so, even as like a flag that, hey, we're going to be covering this. That way when I do my planning, I'll see that flag. If there's no like teacher instructions or anything like that, I'll see that flag and it'd be like, okay, yeah, we're covering this, and this is an extra supplemental piece that I have that we're going to be adding to our lessons. And so that is how that works when it comes to resources that I collect over time and print out and I keep in here. And I go through this, I try to go through this once a week, but that's usually not what ends up happening. It's always just like, you know, my goal that never happens. But I do usually go through this at least once a month, and then I try to plan things out as far as I can. And I still, even when I feel like I have everything planned out, I'll still go through it once a month, because I'll still end up collecting things, or things change in our plans. And so maybe something that I thought we were going to use, we're not going to use, and maybe something I didn't think we were going to use, we are going to use. So I do try to touch this at the very minimum once a month and phase this either into her plans and or into my planner companion. So for these weeks, that is what these weeks are capturing. These weeks are capturing all the stuff that she'll have for the week. So for example, week 2, I would pull this out when I'm doing my homeschool planning. And then I would take all of this stuff, because this is the stuff that she's going to be using in week 2. And I stage it in a different area for her. And I'm going to share this area with you when in another video. I'll get a snapshot of it, and I will show just like a snapshot in this video, but I'll go through it more in detail in another video. But basically I would take, what is this here? Social studies. So I would take this and it would go in a social studies bin that she has. And then when she has social studies, she would pull that bin and that would be in there. Science, this is what she's going to be using for science. And these folders get filled out. The more that I prep her lessons and stuff, the more that these get filled out. And eventually all I need to do is pull this and I have all her stuff, and then I put it in her staging area and she's good to go. And then I have my teacher binder or planner companion, and that has everything that I need to go along with this stuff. And that is basically how we organize our week with our materials. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you liked this content and you want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe. Drop me a comment if you have any questions or any ideas. Oh my gosh, I would love to hear how you guys are organizing things. I am a crazy person when it comes to organization. And so, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.